Hashtag Trending would like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers a complete networking stack, wired, wireless, and cellular in one integrated solution that's built for performance and scale. You can find them at meter.com/HTT. Your Android signal bars may be lying, and Google's okay with that. Microsoft finds clean power in Japan. Amazon slaps Perplexity with a cease and desist order over AI shopping bots. Sora's in trouble again, this time with Japan's animation giants. And a question for all of us: who actually collects the money on those class action settlements? Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Ever notice that your phone always seems to show plenty of bars, even when the call quality is, well, garbage? It turns out that might not be your imagination. Android Authority has reported that Google's Carrier Config Manager has a setting that literally lets mobile carriers bump your signal display by one extra bar. It's in the code that's called key_inflate_signal_strength_bool. Translation? This little routine makes your phone seem like it has more signal than it does. This made headlines when testers found that big players like Verizon and AT&T were using the feature. It reminded some people of another marketing trick from years ago. Do you remember when AT&T rebranded its advanced 4G LTE network as 5GE? It wasn't true 5G, but it looked impressive on the screen. Back in the 3G to 4G transition, carriers actually did the same thing, stretching the truth on speed and coverage maps to stay ahead in the perception race. After all, no one wants to get a brand new 4G phone and find out that it has the same 3 bars as a 3G phone. Google, for its part, though, says this latest example is not deception. The inflation flag has been in Android since 2017, when the system switched from 4 bars to 5. The extra bar was added so users wouldn't think they had no service when they actually had enough signal for a call or text, something that could matter in an emergency. Still, the optics help the carriers as much as the users. So the next time your phone shows 5 bars but your call drops, just remember, those bars may be as much about psychology as they are about physics. This week, we did a story on Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella admitting that one of the company's biggest challenges wasn't getting chips or cooling, it was power. He said that building new AI and cloud data centers was increasingly limited by how much electricity you could find to run them. Well, apparently the Japanese didn't get the memo. And Microsoft has signed 3 new 20-year solar-powered deals in Japan, partnering with renewable energy developer Shizen Energy. The projects will deliver about 100 megawatts of clean electricity from 4 solar plants, one of which is already online in the Kyushu and Chugoku regions. That's on top of an earlier 25-megawatt deal in Yuyama City from 2023. Meaning Microsoft is now one of Japan's biggest corporate buyers of solar power. The company says it's part of a plan to have all electricity matched by zero-carbon sources by 2030. It's also a fascinating contrast. While the North American data center growth is straining power grids and politics, Japan, a country with less available land, is quietly showing what can be done with coordination, investment, and a national strategy. In the words of Shizen Energy's Rei Yoshikubo, we are honored. Microsoft probably is too. It just found the power it's looking for. Amazon has sent a cease and desist order to Perplexity AI, and it could mark the start of the next big fight over how artificial intelligence operates online. At the center of the dispute is Comet, Perplexity's experimental browser that acts like a personal shopping assistant. You can ask it to find and even purchase products for you. But Amazon says the feature lets Comet crawl its store like a human shopper without identifying itself as a bot, and that violates Amazon's terms of service. The retail giant argues that automation like this could cause pricing errors, incorrect orders, and interfere with how sellers advertise and promote products. But there's potentially another angle here as well. Amazon's own recommendation engine, the system that drives product suggestions, sponsored listings, and provides a big chunk of its profit, if an outside AI starts doing the shopping, Amazon loses that visibility and potentially the revenue from those recommendation slots. Perplexity, for its part, says Amazon is using its dominance to stifle innovation and bully smarter AI firms that are redefining how people shop. It argues that autonomous agents are simply the next step in convenience, and that Amazon's real worry isn't accuracy, it's competition. There's another curious piece of this. Jeff Bezos is an investor in both Perplexity and Amazon. It's interesting to see those companies fighting with each other. There's an interesting irony in this, and that is Jeff Bezos is one of the investors in Perplexity, as well as being one of the major investors in Amazon. But when we get past the irony, what we have is an early look at the future of online commerce, where AI agents could be the new personal shoppers, and the world's biggest retailers fight to make sure they're the ones controlling the cart. Sora 2, OpenAI's video generation tool, is in hot water again, and this time the pushback comes from Japan's creative heavyweights, including Studio Ghibli, Square Enix, and Bandai Namco. Through their industry group, the Content Overseas Distribution Association, or CODA, the studios have formally demanded that OpenAI stop using their copyrighted material to train its models. They say Sora 2's output looks a little too much like Japanese anime and game characters, suggesting copyrighted work may have slipped into its training data. OpenAI says it's working on more granular controls and possible revenue-sharing models for creators. But in Japan, that's not enough. The country's copyright law requires explicit prior consent, not an opt-out system or a promise to share profits later. It's the latest round in a global clash between creative rights and AI training. Silicon Valley's use first, apologize later approach might play in California, but Japan's artists are drawing their own line, and it's written in ink, not code. If you've ever received one of those class action emails promising compensation for something, you could be eligible for $100, $200, or whatever. Just fill in this form. You may have wondered, who does that? This week, LastPass is in the spotlight. There's a class action that's been filed in Canada after the 2022 data breach exposed user information from this popular password manager. And if you're affected, you could be entitled to a payment. So here's the honest question. Does anybody actually claim this money? According to what I read, you could bill for up to 5 hours. I don't know how you prove that, for under $40 an hour. So let's say the maximum is $200. Now, $200 is worth something, but for most of us, the effort of proving we qualify, finding the documents, remembering the deadline means it never happens. I've used LastPass myself. I don't know if I'd even qualify. I'd put it on my to-do list, but I know I'm just going to forget about it, and the day after the deadline, I'll notice that I should have done something. And I can't be alone in this. The truth is, in many of these cases, the numbers may even be smaller. And by the time the lawyers get paid and the paperwork is done, does any of the settlement money even reach the people it was meant for? Maybe it's time we made these payouts easier, or at least less of a scavenger hunt for folks who are actually affected. And that's our show. Once again, we'd like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers full-stack networking infrastructure, wired, wireless, and cellular, to leading enterprises. Working with their partners, Meter designs, deploys, and manages everything required to get performant, reliable, and secure connectivity in a space. They design the hardware, the firmware, build the software, manage deployments, and run support. It's a single integrated solution that scales from branch offices, warehouses, and large campuses all the way to data centers. Book a demo at meter.com/HTT. That's meter.com/HTT. And hey, if you like what we're doing, please share the show with others. Give us a like or a comment on your favorite podcast app or site. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and more. All of those likes, thumbs ups, and especially with YouTube, subscriptions really matter. They help us reach more people. We love to hear from you. You can reach me at technewsday.ca or technewsday.com. Just go to the Contact Us page, leave a note under the video on YouTube, or, as many of you have done, hunt me down on LinkedIn. Glad to hear from you. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a fantastic Friday.